So coming up in this presentation, the biggest myth about how to get a flatter stomach. Now before I reveal what the biggest myth is, I want to share with you just a few stories really that I've experienced regarding people trying to get a flatter stomach and people's ideas about how you achieve a flatter stomach. I was working with a client in her mid-50s. I can't use her name because she's not allowed me to use her name, but mid-50s, and we'd been working together for around about 14 weeks, and she'd lost almost 2 stone in that period of time. Now she had two sons in their 20s, and she was home one day, and one of her sons said to her, Ma, he called her Ma, how have you managed to get such a flat stomach? So I'm guessing she must have been wearing something, quite clingy or revealing. And she said she stopped and she thought about the question, but couldn't really come up with an answer regarding how she'd achieved a flatter stomach, because he'd said to her, or had asked her, how have you achieved it? What sort of sit-ups were you doing with Eric when you go to see him? And she just couldn't really put a finger on it. She thought, well, I just couldn't think what we were doing in terms of abdominal exercises. Now the reality is that yes, we had been doing some stomach exercises during her sessions, but we didn't do that much because you don't need to do that much in order to achieve a flatter stomach. So that's just one example of one real life client I've worked with that's achieved that, and I could tell you about many others as well. Another one that's more to do with the way the health and fitness industry promotes certain devices for achieving a flatter stomach. I was up in Birmingham at the Leisure Industry Week, which is an annual industry event for the health and fitness profession, and they put on show all the latest pieces of equipment, the latest workout routines that are going to be hitting the market in the next 12 months. And I went past this one stand, and on this stand there was a lady called, well, her TV name is Gladiator. And this is the new series, not the original Gladiator back in the day when you had the big bad wolf, but this is now the modern day Gladiator series. So her name, I believe, was Lightning. And I walked up to her and I said, "Oh, excuse me, Lightning." I had to chuckle when I called her that. And I said, "By the way, what is your real name?" Her real name's Caroline Pierce. She's a nutritionist. That's a daytime job, I believe. And I said, you stood on this machine. She stood on one of these vibrating sort of plate machines, and this woman is in seriously good condition. She was a former, I believe, GB heptathlete, so she's got a seriously good physique on her. And I said, "Caroline, how did you get your physique? Did you get like this using this piece of equipment?" And I kind of already knew the answer to the question before I'd even asked it. And she looked at me and just gave me a rather wry smile, and that told me everything. I just knew that she hadn't achieved it by just using that piece of equipment. And the third little story I'd like to share with you is when I was on QVC a number of years ago now. I was on there helping to promote a health and fitness product, and before it was my turn to go on and present, a chap called Billy Banks, an American martial artist and I'm guessing a C-list movie star, was promoting his boxing aerobic type workout routine to achieve a lean toned look and a flatter stomach. And I remember looking at the product and what it came with, and it came with a pretty significant healthy eating plan. And therein lies one of the biggest secrets to achieving a flatter stomach. That is the nutritional plan, and we'll be speaking more about that in future video. So there are just 3 stories I thought I'd share with you before I now reveal what is the biggest myth around achieving a flatter stomach. And here it is. Spot reduction with exercise. There are lots of people that actually believe, and I guess because of the way the media and the fitness industry promotes these different exercise pieces of equipment, believe that by doing lots and lots of exercises targeting one specific area, you will get a flatter stomach. Achieving a flatter stomach is going to be down to your nutrition. 70 to 80% of you achieving a flatter stomach is going to be down to nutrition. So if that's burst a bubble, and you really did think there was one piece of equipment out there that could help you achieve a flatter stomach if you just did 5 minutes a day, I've got to tell you, in my experience, I've never seen that. And whilst we're on the subject of spot reduction for a flatter stomach, we can also apply this to the arms. I know a lot of women are out there looking for the magic exercise that's going to get rid of bingo wings. sorry again, I've got to burst your bubble, but there isn't one exercise that you can do for reducing any excess skin fat on the back of the arms. It's going to be down to nutrition. Yes, exercises are very, very effective for helping to tone you up, but you've got to do that in conjunction with good nutrition. So hopefully what this short presentation has done for you is maybe told you something that really you kind of knew, but we're still looking for that magic bullet, but you knew in your heart of hearts that actually it doesn't really work that way. And if you actually did believe you could spot reduce, then I'm hoping you'll believe what I'm saying, give up on the idea of looking for the next shiny object, piece of equipment that's promoting a flatter stomach in 5 minutes. Get rid of that out of your head and really focus on your nutrition, which is an area we're going to be covering in a later video. So hopefully this has been of use to you. What we're going to move on to next is something a lot more important. We're going to be moving on to the flatter stomach mindset. And you know as well as I do, I'm sure, that unless your mind's in the right place, it doesn't really matter what nutritional plan you've been given or what exercise plan you've been given. You're really not going to succeed unless your mind's in the right place and you've got the right type of motivation to make the sort of step or take the necessary steps you need to take in order to achieve a flatter stomach. So pause now maybe and then press on the next video and we'll talk about mindset.